about the gun violence in the U.S. According to reports in Buffalo on the 14th, a 18-year-old white gunman fired at civilians, causing at least 10 deaths and 3 casualties. And this is a racially motivated violent extremist act. And Milwaukee also saw 10 gun incidents. What is China's comment on that?
我注意到了有关的报道。
I have seen relevant reports, and this is quite shocking. Now, people shared a common question that in the so-called defender of freedom, democracy, and the rule of law, how come gun violence is so grave? And why are the U.S. people living in fear of being hurt by gun violence? According to U.S. media reports, by May the 12th, gun-related violence incidents in this year have already took the lives of 15,569 people. You may still remember that over the course of last year, the people who lost their lives to gun violence was 20,726. Now we are only 5 months into this year, but death toll related to gun violence has already surpassed 3/4 of that of last year. Gun violence is becoming more rampant and more severe in the U.S. People cannot help but wonder, why are so many U.S. population buying more guns, owning guns, and taking out their guns? In recent years, U.S. racial discrimination and racial hatred continue to surge, and in 2020, the number of guns purchased by African Americans increased by 58.2%. That number was 43% for people of Asian descent. People wonder, the proliferation of gun violence is related to the sense of insecurity related to racial discrimination. Why are African Americans buying more guns than ever? In 2021, more than 500 people died or injured due to shooting related to road rage in 2021, hitting a historic high. This means that for every 17 hours, 1 American would be killed or wounded due to road rage. Why are people so easily pulling the trigger without second thought? Where does such rage and grudge come from? The U.S. is home to 4.2% of the world population, but is home to 46% of guns for civilian use, and the total number is actually 393 million. Would the frequent gun violence incidents related to the easy access to guns? There are some groups in the U.S. that have criticized the ineffective gun control acts in the U.S. Gun violence has already occupied the strained medical resources due to COVID-19. Gun violence, like COVID-19, has become a specter hovering over the American public, threatening the life and safety of American people. The U.S. government should act in a responsible attitude to its people, take earnest and effective measures to resolve gun violence issues. With such a deplorable human rights record, the U.S. should manage its own affairs well and not only obsessed with passing judgment or pointing fingers on the human rights conditions of other countries.